I think most people were expecting it to go to about 4 or 5 rounds.
Itauma looks so fast, though.
Foot movement and speed, he was just at a different level.
He ain't a headline show yet.
No. There's enough hype, but I don't think he's there yet.
Opetire Itauma, that's the fight for me. That's what I want to see next year.
If he's cleaned out Bacoli, Jarrell Miller in 1 or 2 rounds, then I think it's a good shot.
And a man who could potentially fight Itauma next, Hrgovic.
Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we're going to be looking back at the weekend's boxing, the event headlining with Moses Itauma and Dillian Whyte, and all the undercard. So we'll go through the results and then what we think of those. So keep on listening and watching and let us know your thoughts in the comments. And the usual like and subscribe. Main event was rather blink and you miss it, Simon. Moses Itauma putting on, I think, doing what people expected, but doing it quite a lot faster than what most people expected.
I think I picked the second.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you've got second round KO, so you were quite close on that. I had 6th round KO for Itauma. I think most people were expecting it to go to about 4 or 5 rounds or there. But yeah. It was a bit of a no-show from Dillian
Yeah,
Whyte.
It was how I thought. I did either say Whyte will get him into a dogfight and he'll go down the trenches, or Itauma's going to take him out early. I mean, Itauma caught him on that horrible shot on the temple. It just scrambles your senses. Itauma looks so fast, though.
There was a heck of a lot of difference.
So
foot movement and speed, he was just at a different level. And I don't think Dillian even got into the Whyte got into the fight.
What we've got to take into account is that I know everyone's raving about Itauma, and he didn't know how the fight was going to go because realistically, no one knew what Dillian had left.
Well, it's what we said in our build-up, and it depends on what version of Dillian Whyte turns up.
It's pretty obvious that it's not the Dillian Whyte. I don't think he did turn up. It's not the Dillian Whyte that has been
a world
a nightmare for people.
Challenger. Yeah. I think it was a Dillian Whyte who's over the hill.
Yeah, 37 years old, had 1 fight in 2 years, and
yeah.
Can you take a lot from that fight? No. I can't take a lot from it.
I don't think you can take a lot from it. I think Itauma did what
it's either Itauma is just going to do that to people, and that's what we've just got to get used to.
But I think he's going to come up against better opponents who can.
He's got to.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't
a test.
It was a good opponent on paper.
It wasn't.
But is Itauma just that good that he worked Dillian out that quick?
Well, that's what they sort of said, the game plan. They realised what mistake he was making. Dillian didn't get going. He just... before he's even got warmed up, he's got hit on the temple, scrambled his brains, his legs have gone, and the fight's over.
Yeah.
I mean, he was moaning a little bit about the stoppage. But
it was a good stoppage by the referee, to be fair.
The fight was over.
Really good stoppage.
There's no point taking damage for no reason.
So...
Yeah, I don't think there was much to say from it. I think at the end they were saying like Usyk, but I think he himself said this Parker and Caballero ahead of him.
You know what? I like that about him.
Which is better. Yeah, more realistic. And I think he has to fight some more of the other even before he goes to that level. I think fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like him to go and fight. And
do you know which one was coming up in my head? Him versus Dubois.
I wouldn't even put him in with Dubois.
But I think he needs to have one step up fight.
I'd go and put him in against someone like Jarrell Miller.
Yeah. That was my other thought.
Go and put him in with an animal.
My first thought when I was watching it, I was thinking, because Dubois needs like a comeback one and a thing, and it's a proper step up, is there. Then I thought, it's too many steps because he hasn't really had...
Yeah.
This wasn't much of it. This should have been that step, and it wasn't. He really needs somebody who takes him some rounds, and then he's got to overcome some diversity.
Yeah, like Shaco.
Some diversity to get there.
Yeah, I'd throw him in with someone like Miller.
Yeah, Miller I think would be a good fight.
Bacoli.
Yeah. I think that sort of level who are around and about it, but not quite that world challenger level.
They're still a big name.
A little bit. I think they've got enough experience and enough about them, and they're still in the capable. Basically, what Dillian Whyte should have been, they are still.
Yeah.
And see how he comes in. I'd maybe do 2 or 3 of those and see how he comes up.
Yeah, like I say,
to be fair, he didn't really warm up.
No,
he's not,
or even like a Coley.
A Coley, yeah, it's a good shout as well. Yeah, I think that's because that's a tricky fight.
You know,
but it's a measure of are you.
What I'm getting worried about with the heavyweight division is, I understand that they're all jostling for positions, and they've all, you know, you've got 3 or 4 of them that are mandatory for the world title, so they're just going to sit and wait. Don't go and fight.
Well, they need to sort out their own order.
Yeah, go and fight.
I think there's obviously 2 who are main. That is Joseph Parker and Caballel, who are and probably are a little bit above all others. I think you got to leave them there and see what happens. But I think the rest is really you're not going to fight Usyk. It's time Usyk's going to get out the picture. Then the belts are going to be available. So I think the others need to jostle for that.
Usyk's asked for a medical extension.
Yeah, against Parker.
So we might take that fight. If that's the case, you know, I mean, we'll come on to him in a minute.
Well, the belts are going to become available, isn't it? And there's a load of. Well, there's another contender in this, isn't it? That on the performance he did in this, but we'll get to that fight when we get there.
Yeah, I just want to see all these heavyweights fighting with each other now. And
I think Jarrell Miller, Coley, who was the other one we said?
We've got Jarrell Miller, Coley,
all of them that are around it that are dangerous fights. Jagba's there. Yeah, there's a load at the level. There's some up-and-coming ones. You've got the load that are there that are just, you know, I wouldn't say they're up-and-coming, but they're past that stage that they should be doing something, jostling for those positions. And there's a few of the old guard left. So I think it's below those 2. It's the others need to jostle for their positions and make the fights. I don't think waiting is... You're not going to get that fight because, you know, you're not there yet. And to be fair to Itauma, said whoever you put in front of me, that's whatever. And I think he knows and he's got to take some steps up that thing.
Derek Chisora's shout for Dillian Whyte at the end. A goodbye fight against Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's a good call. I didn't see that.
Joyce Whyte, the final hurrah. Good fight.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to watch.
Completely well past the best, but
you would like to know which one of them still got a bit in him. I think that's a good call because you don't really want him to go out like that for what he's done. You don't want him to go out like that. It's a bit, you know. I'm not really a Dillian Whyte fan, but I wouldn't want to see him go out like that. He has been up in there in like 4th, 5th position.
Been a good British boxer, hasn't he?
He's a good gatekeeper for the world title.
You know, it's sad, and sadly he did have to wait 3 years for his world title shot. But I'm talking like he's retiring. I don't know, but
I think he will. Either after this or that fight. I think
genuinely did fight. Wasn't scared to fight anyone.
Yeah. Well, this is a dangerous fight.
You know,
you're coming back. You haven't fought for 2 years, and he's done it. So you got to give him credit for it.
Itauma,
it would be nice.
He could be out again this year.
I don't think he's broken a sweat there. I think he should probably do another fight this year and then look at next year when it's coming. Itauma is potentially an undisputed champion or a unified champion or definitely a world champion, I think.
Yeah.
I think they don't want to rush him to get where you ruin that build-up. I think don't overtake the hype too far. But like, if he does that to Jarrell Miller or something, then you can go, okay.
Yeah, I want to see him in with
Coley or somebody like that.
As Simon Jordan would say, a live opponent.
Yeah. I think he needs to step up the level where it's not just a 1-round KO too.
Do you know who we really want to see him fight?
Go on.
This is way left field.
Go on.
It's out there. Opataya.
That would be a hell of a fight.
I
think Opataya needs to get a bit bigger though, because he's quite a decent size.
Opataya Itauma, that's the fight for me. That's what I want to see next year.
Yeah, I think it's probably more than for both of them. I think it's probably because you'd have to let Opataya clear up and then come up.
No, I want Opataya Itauma. Get it made tomorrow, please.
Where are we in the year? Well, to be honest, he's only got to fight Zerdo, really.
Telling you, mate, that's a fight.
And then one more fight. So and Opataya does he's quite active. So you could towards the back end of November time, 2026. Yeah, you might be a shout. And he'll probably had about 4 fights by then, Itauma.
Yeah.
If he's cleaned out a Coley, Bacoli, and Jarrell Miller in 1 or 2 rounds, then I think it's a good shot. The undisputed cruiserweight champion comes up for undisputed heavyweight.
There's got to be Itauma. You heard it from me first.
Yeah. I think that's a little bit far away, but yeah, you could be have one there. And let us know in the comments what you think of that fight. Itauma versus Opataya. At heavyweight, I take it you mean.
Yeah,
because I don't think Itauma could get down to cruiserweight.
That's the fight. That is the fight.
Yeah, both of them have got that movement, the power, the ferociousness. Yeah, the skill level as well. That's a good call. Right. Next one, which one should we do? So yeah, Itauma going on to bigger and better things. I think Dillian Whyte is close to retirement, or Joe Joyce, like last hurrah, would be a good call.
And a man who could potentially fight Itauma next, Hrgovic.
Yeah, well, we'll go on to, we're going to do him next. Yeah, we might as well do the heavyweight one. Filip Hrgovic and David Adeleye.
Good fight.
This was a really good fight. Yeah.
Adeleye.
I think Adeleye did better.
A lot tougher than I thought he was.
Yeah, he did a lot better than I thought he would. And, I was actually surprised by both of them, because as soon as Hrgovic got his cut, I thought, that's it now.
No,
but I think the corner did a really good job. I mean, he did have Abel Sanchez, so yeah, of getting it there. And then he did a really good job of protecting it and fighting in a smart way.
He doesn't look bored anymore when he's in fights, does he?
Looks like he's on it. And his punch, I wanted to bring up his punch output. His punch output was ridiculous. Give me one second.
Got some chin on him as well. Well, he both have, to be fair.
Well, we knew that against Thingy, but yeah, Adeleye surprised me how many punches he took. And how quickly he recovered even from the knockdown, because he got about 2 or 3 there that were heavy-handed.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great round, that.
8th round was one of the best rounds.
Really
that was
great,
fantastic.
Great round.
And his recovery and then comeback, and it was like, wow. He's thrown basically like 500 punches, I think. 510 punches for a heavyweight.
Hrgovic.
Yeah, in 10 rounds. That's not even a 12-round fight. That's 51 punches a round average. And I mean, is the first round, obviously the feel-out round. The lowest round was the 8th round. But obviously, because they were both recovering. And Adeleye had the highest punch output, his highest punch output. Because he threw about 20 in that little flurry of punches. So he threw 35 and Hrgovic threw 38. But Hrgovic, because obviously he got him down, didn't he? So there's a count. But in every other round, he's over 40 punches. 40. Heck of a performance.
Hrgovic is...
And accuracy. It's not just his... Because he's thrown 510 punches and landed base near enough 45%.
Yeah. Hrgovic, he's got beat by Dubois and he's on the comeback train. He's got 2 good victories there.
I think he's got better. In that he has changed his style a little bit, because normally, like we said, we've always not gone against him, but he always looks a little bit bored, and he looks like he gasses near the end. Whether he does or not, whether it's boredom or gassed him, like he did it against Zhang, but all right, he managed to overcome it. He did it against Dubois, because realistically, he was probably doing better.
I don't think he's throwing everything into his punches anymore, is he?
Yeah, I think he's been more boxing and then only loading up when he needs to. So he's not like... Before, it was like the right hand was thrown with everything. 1, you signal it, and 2, you're running out of gas. Yeah. I think he's improved. I think the new coach has done him good.
He's going to be back up in the rankings.
Potential. He's the right size. He's got the potential. He's age.
He's got some big fights. He could have some big fights lined up, like I say. You throw him in with Itauma, Coley.
And Adeleye did better.
AJ.
Yeah. I think he's back in that. He probably needs one more fight, but he's back in the
Adeleye can go back down to British, Commonwealth, European level and build himself back up. He hasn't had loads of fights.
Yeah.
He's still, was he 28?
But I think this was like a good... Yeah, he's only young, isn't he? We had
him he can come back. And
28, yeah. Hrgovic is 33. No, it was a good performance. You just against somebody who's better.
I've got a worry, though.
Go on. For Adeleye?
No, for the whole of boxing.
Oh, okay.
A big worry.
Okay. Enlighten us.
And it's especially for the likes of Adeleye, it's my worry. They'd have been paid well.
Yeah.
very well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think they get paid well relative to what they get normally.
Yeah. And now I think they're going to price themselves out of fights.
Well, I would hope they don't. They take it that this is a bonus.
I think they go, hold on a minute. I got such and such from my last fight. I want that again. And this is where I think there's going to be a huge problem. I hope I'm wrong, but I think this is where the problem's going to be.
Well, I think we're going to...
with the Saudis.
Well, I think the pay they've come... Because we were looking at this, and it's one of the things we're going to get on when we do our next video. Well, we'll do it in our next video. I think we spoke about it briefly. The level of undercard on some of these fights.
Yeah.
So we'll do it on this, because this is a really good card. All the fights were really good. I mean, the actual disappointing one was the main fight. Not disappointing in what it delivered, disappointing it was so fast.
Wasn't a pay-per-view though, was it?
It was.
And no,
but it wasn't expensive pay-per-view.
It shouldn't have been a pay-per-view.
It shouldn't have been.
But no, yeah, this is my worry, is that the Saudis would come in with all this money they're paying these fighters really bad. And hey, these fighters deserve all the money that they can get. Very short career. They're putting their life on the line. But the problem is now is Adeleye, say, goes back down to a British level, he's going to get a couple of 100,000 if he's lucky. Is he going to take fights for that?
I think even the Saudis have got a little bit more savvy because they've got the audiences. Because I was looking at the pay packet for Itauma and Dillian Whyte. Obviously, Dillian Whyte's going to get a bit more because it's, but it was about $2.5 million, which isn't that outrageous. And Itauma was about $1 million, which, yeah, is good go. So I would expect that these, he's got paid well, but not ridiculously well.
Yeah, I just hope that this. So
I think it's a little bit sorting out. Well, I mean, we'll find out, but I agree. I think it should be sorted out. But I think the Saudis have gone from that. Well, we're going to do the pay packet for our the upcoming fight in Canelo and Crawford, and we'll talk about craziness there. But I think here they've done it. It's spread out. And if you look at all these fights, it's like, you got Itauma, Whyte, Hrgovic, Adeleye. We're going to come on next, our Ball and Goodman. Tsutsumi, who's an upcoming fighter. You've got Raymond Ford and Abraham Nova. There's like 4 fights there. I mean, and to be fair, 3 of them were probably better than the main event. This was fantastic. The 8th round was like, you thought it's all out. Well, the thing is, that's what I predicted. I had 8th round Hrgovic. You had 7th round. I nearly had it right. But to be fair, Adeleye came back.
Yeah, Adeleye was great.
And I'm glad he got to the end of it.
Both fighters
deserve a lot of credit.
Really, really good, to be honest. And it was like,
well, Egan Hrgovic, you could see he was like loads of rounds ahead. And he still didn't back out. They still went for it and did it. And made it a proper contest.
Do you know what it is with Hrgovic now? I want to see him fight again.
Yeah. I was like, that's what you wanted to expect.
I haven't been like that with Hrgovic for a long time, but now...
Well, no, but we've said on here, haven't we? That
I want to see him fight again. Yeah, I want to see
that was fantastic.
Who they're going to put him in with next.
50 punches around. And he's landing about half of them nearly. So it's like... But he was much better, like, wise. Like I said, he protected his right side. He fought smarter and did it. And it wasn't like... Adeleye was dangerous all the way through, even at the end. I think he gassed about the 4th, 5th round where he, did, but he still kept like a second wind came in the other bits. But he was dangerous and he had the swing of a punch and he's obviously got power. And Hrgovic both of them took, like you said, they both got really good chins. So I want to watch again now. Which
very
is
good heavyweight clash.
Good clash.
This is what happens, you see, when you fight. What I was saying before, heavyweights just fight each other.
Well, I think that's where, obviously you want to get paid. It's a dangerous thing. You're risking your life fighting, but obviously you want them to get paid enough that they, can do all the things, but not over where they, like you said, they get to the point where you can't make other fights. Because both of these need to be busy and make fights, different levels. But, I wouldn't mind watching Adeleye again on that level. You can, because you never know, you might catch somebody and it's going to be thingy. I think this was a level bit too far yet for him. He's not quite there. But he hasn't had loads of fights, has he? Adelaide's only 15, 16
Thing
fights?
is these fights now, but if I said to you tomorrow, Hrgovic Joshua's been made, you're going to go, ooh.
Let's go. Well, depending on where it is.
Or, do you know what I mean? You're going to get...
it's an exciting fight.
Or did you hear a Jagber?
And not just for Joshua, it's because you want to watch
Jagber. Itauma's been made. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Parker Caballel, you'd be like, oh wow, pick up. You're sitting
Parker
on the fence, aren't you?
Yeah.
Get these fights made. This is what I think. This is what the general public want. Yes, we understand Usyk's, the leader of the pack, but
well, I don't think they need to look at that fight because that's, like I said, the belts are going to become available, aren't they, in next year?
Unfortunately, for me, is the only fight that really gets my juices flowing, that makes me stand up and go, oh, hold on, is Usyk Itauma.
Yeah.
Or Usyk against any of the others, and I'm like,
you expect him to win. It's
I'm not
like a challenge.
Don't get me wrong.
Well, the only one, Caballel, I think would be the.
I'm excited because it's Usyk, but I'm not like, yeah.
You're just watching it for an Usyk, like his last.
But if you said Caballel Parker,
wow,
what a fight!
Well, if it was me, that's the one I'd make, and the winner of them fights Usyk.
Wardley Hrgovic, what a fight!
Wardley Hrgovic would be cool.
Problem
with Wardley Hrgovic, it'd be like Wardley Hooney. Hrgovic would be winning to the last round, and then Wardley would pull it out. But yeah, I think there's
Hooney Adeleye. That'd be a good fight.
Hooney Adeleye would be a good fight. Yeah,
that would be a good
Hooney
fight.
can stay away from the big punch. Yeah, boxing level, he should have a bit more. But Adelaide's dangerous all the way through. It'd be a good contest, a good comeback fight.
There you go. There's a fight for him. Get it made.
There's a load in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
I think you need to stop looking at the big. There's enough other fights, and the belts are going to become available. And once the belts become available, there's quite a lot of people who
look what happened, because they started it 3 or 4 years ago, the Saudis, by putting in Caballel against
nobody knew about, really. I mean, we knew vaguely, but not
against Frank Sanchez and things like that.
Well, we've forgotten about Frank Sanchez and gone off the
Parker against Deontay Wilder. You had Zhang in there. So you were making these fights and you were going, wow, they're amazing.
Well, Parker's comeback is on there.
Do it again.
Hrgovic's name has really gone a bit there. The Caballel has just made his name there. And you've got...
and look what happened. Look what's happened. They've become a household name. And they haven't been fighting for world titles. They most probably made more money than they would have done if they'd have gone and fought for an IBF title.
And they're getting enough fights. It's not like one fight a year.
And you're staying active. So do it again. Keep fighting. Get it done.
Yeah. Cool. So it's a good heavyweight night. Well, this one made it worth watching because the other one was really short. But yeah, I think this is a good fight. I think this one may be fighting the winner of, I think Allen and Makhmedov's coming up.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a fight in a little bit. And I think they could be looking at making a matchups there. So we'll see. Let us know your thoughts on who they should fight in the comments. Right. The only world title fight, our man Nick Ball versus Sam Goodman. This was a surprise too. This was a good contest as well. The scorecard's a little bit, but again, that's subjective. Nick Ball retained it. I don't think Sam Goodman did enough to beat him, but I was pretty surprised at how well he did in this fight.
Sam Goodman is going to be kicking himself.
Yeah. I think there was bits and pieces where he had it and he let it go a little bit because he was turning the fight in his favour.
Technically, Sam Goodman, much better than Nick Ball.
Yeah.
And started way too
and
slow.
And I think they had a better... Well, I think he gave him a bit too much respect at the beginning, but I think Goodman's side had a better game plan. I think Ball's side was surprised.
If Goodman had come out and started that from the first round on...
I think he's ahead by a fair few rounds.
It's always been me worry with Nick Ball that when he comes in against a really, really slick boxer...
With the good movement. And a good chin. He took a few of his good punches.
This is going to be
which was that was what surprised me.
And no disrespect to Sam Goodman, he ain't world class.
No. Well, he's on the edge because
and this is his first fight up at that weight.
Yeah. It was a hell of a performance.
And this is and I've kept it to myself.
And we've got to say we've slagged off Sam Goodman because he missed out on anyway.
I've kept it to myself that I had a bit of a worry with Nick Ball. If he goes in against someone who's going to not technically gifted. Nick Ball's. It's going to be a great fight.
Well, I think if they're technically gifted, they can be technically gifted because he has fought something like Raymond Ford. But when they wilt under the pressure,
But
Ford
again,
was a
after
bit.
Ford, it was just such a close fight.
Yeah. Well, no, but Ford is really technically gifted.
Yeah.
But I think he wilted a bit because it was experience under the pressure. Ball managed to exert his pressure and even the fight out. And you could give it either way, really, to be honest. Like this fight, I think Goodman's gone from there and added a little bit more nous and the game plan. And he didn't wilt under pressure. He never really let him get him on the ropes. Every time he got close to the ropes, he managed to get out.
What score did you have it?
I actually had a draw because I give the last round to Goodman.
There you go.
I had Ball up by 1 round on 11. I had a 5-5 at 10 rounds, 6-5 at 11. And then I give the last round to Goodman. So 6-6. But realistically, you could change that. I was either like...
I had it 115, 113.
Yeah,
Nick
I
Ball.
had that or a draw. Because you could see him go and give it either round. Because I think Nick Ball in the last few rounds managed to just raise the pressure. Because he had that flurry where he'd do 5 or 6 punches, whereas he was having little flurries, then having a breather, and Goodman had come back into it. I think Goodman messed up, though, because I think if he'd have got it...
Yeah. No,
going into them, he was ahead. I think the last rounds,
Sam Goodman needed
Ball to catch up. He didn't
start quicker.
Yeah.
And he'd have been...
I think he gets the first 4 rounds then, and then he's ahead. And
champion.
Then he'd been at 115, 113. I think some of the scorecards were wildly out. I can see how you can give it because it depends what you like. But I mean, there were clear rounds that were good ones. You can't be that 115, 113. I can see. I could give that and say I could see that either way, to be honest. But I'd be if it was 115, 113 on that to Goodman, I'd be like, he cheated a bit there because he cheated, but the scorecard's wrong. Because I don't think Goodman did enough to win.
No, Nick Ball won the fight.
Yeah,
he did win the fight,
but it was very, very close.
But it was a close fight.
And what won Ball the fight was the last few rounds.
Yeah,
like I said, I favoured Goodman in there because I think he did a little bit more. But you could give that round to Ball, and then it's 115, 113. But I think Goodman executed them. Then their corner deserve a lot of praise. They executed a perfect plan to neutralise and.
I mean, you always come up with
Ball had to change his game plan, and that's where you got to give I think Ball credit because they switched a little bit, and then he got those uppercuts and those other things. And he adapted, which I really like.
Nick Ball, he does adapt during fights, and
he had to in this.
You know, Goodman is a slick boxer. A lot slicker than I thought he was, to be fair.
Well, I knew he was a slick boxer, but I was surprised that coming up, I thought in this, because coming up in weight, you're coming up against somebody who's a solid of that weight. But like a few of the commentators said, Goodman didn't look small. He looked like he was filled out with the bigger guy. I mean, obviously he was taller and stuff.
It'd be interesting to see where they take Nick Ball next.
Yeah. Because what is it? Super featherweight, isn't it? Yeah. Go and carry on while I load up the rankings.
It will be interesting. I know they've been talking about Inoue and stuff.
I wouldn't go near that with a...
Yeah, but Inoue's a completely different fighter to Goodman.
Yeah.
Completely different.
But I think he beats Goodman handily. What we said, didn't it, when he's been...
And styles make fights. Nick Ball, in a way, I think, is an absolute war of attrition.
Well, it's closer in size, isn't it? Because in height and stuff, he's not as tall. Goodman is quite tall. The problem you got there is the one I think he'd have a really... Espinoza, I think, would give him a lot of trouble. The one I'd want to see is Ball and Fulton. And see what he learns from this. Because Fulton isn't that far from...
But I got a funny feeling it's going to be Nick Ball in a way next.
Well, I think Inoue's still got... Well, he needs to beat Akhmadaliev first.
Yeah.
And I think they're saying Picasso he's going to fight. So I think it's a next year fight. So I think Nick Ball still has to have a fight in between.
I don't think he'll fight Picasso.
Because they were saying Nick Ball in 2026. Inouye, Nick Ball. I think that's the plan. Because I don't think Inoue's coming up for another couple of fights yet.
I don't think he'll fight Picasso in a way, but...
Well, they've got their plan, isn't it, to get that fight back on in December. Now, if it doesn't happen in December, then potentially Nick Ball's in that mix. Because it's Akhmadaliev in September, and then I think they're going to fight in December, and then he's looking at going up in weight next year. That's their current plan. So it might, even Picasso, I think he's going to stay at bantamweight for that, then they're going to see. So yeah, I think in a way that makes a difference. But on that performance, I think in a way handily takes care of him, and Goodman. I don't think either would be that much of a threat.
I think he can beat. I think Goodman's the easier fight for in a way. Weirdly,
yeah. I think he beats. What we've always said in it when he was supposed to fight him, even at the size. I think he handily beats Goodman.
Nick Ball,
not an easy fight. I think it's going to take him a bit. It'll take him a bit to work him out, but he'll do it.
Styles make fights, and
anyways,
I just like that fight. But yeah, good performance by both fighters. Nick Ball becoming a little bit of a Saudi favourite, isn't he?
Yeah, because he's a bit more, but even in a way, he's taller than him, isn't it? But it's more closer rather than here. Although in a way, he has got like a huge reach. So
it'll be interesting. So watch this
Well, the
space.
good thing is it made it a better fight because it was closer and it was interesting because we thought he wouldn't pull away. I think what we had. I had 10th round KO actually. No, we did say it was
I
good.
had points.
You had points. Yeah, you had a decision. So fair enough. Good. Well, good result.
Mate, I should be winning by millions of points.
You are winning by millions of points. Let's not go there.
We've got a million. This is what happens at the end of the year. We could tally up the points and whoever wins gets a new car.
Yeah, toy one.
Yeah.
A toy car collection. No, I think he's got, I think Fulton is probably the fight there.
Yeah, Ball Fulton be a good fight. Don't mind that.
Tough again because Fulton is similar to that Goodman side, is a slick boxer. I think Ball would need to do something like that and have a good fight, and it'd be a good style. And I don't think Fulton's overly taller. No, he's similar. Fulton's basically similar in size to what's his name? Goodman.
Yeah. No, good fight that. And that was a good fight as well. Yeah, really good. But I mean, Nick Ball's, he's never really in a dull fight, is he?
No, it's not his style. Well, I think there's a few. Angelo Leo would be good. I think Espinoza on that. I think Espinoza would have advantage on most of those. I think he's probably the better. I wouldn't have said that. We've always said Ballers, but I think on that, I think Espinoza.
No, like the problem is
Bruce
like
Carrington
I say,
as well coming up, isn't it?
It's styles make fights,
and I think that one would be because Espinoza could keep him at the range, and he's 6 foot something, isn't he? Espinoza.
Yeah, like say, styles make fights, and
huge reach. But you never know because it depends how you cope. Like I said, you've said with the slick boxer, but not all the slick boxers can cope with the pressure.
No, and they can't punch
Goodman
hard
did
enough.
It really well, yeah, and they can't punch hard enough to get it respect. Whereas I think Goodman did, which we didn't think because he's not really renowned as a big puncher. I think he did enough to get Ball's respect, and then Ball had to adjust his fight and adjust the angles. And surprising, Ball got caught a lot because usually he's good, but he normally takes him on the gloves and the things, isn't it? Rather than,
I'm just wondering whether Nick Ball's gone into this thinking.
I think they underestimated Goodman a little bit.
You can't hurt me.
I think they've underestimated both his power and his skill, I think.
Yeah.
And that's why I think a Fulton would be good because if he takes it seriously, it'd be good.
Still a good win for him, so.
Yeah.
Fighter.
Oh, there's quite a lot of big fights. You've got Espinoza, Leo, you've got Fulton, Carrington.
He's got to fight.
Coelho,
he's got to fight someone in his weight division now.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to see.
Well, that's the only problem Fulton to come up with as well, isn't it? So people are
going but Fulton's had a couple of fights there.
Well, Fulton is a proper, because he was too big for...
Fulton's had a few fights there.
And he's won his world title holder, so it's a unification fight.
So I don't mind that.
No, that's the fight I want to see. I think that's a good fight.
So yeah,
and I think if you can get past him, it's a proper fight. And then he's unified champion, so raises his value. And then somebody like a Carrington or a Coelho or somebody would be interesting, or Leo and unify another one. I think Espinoza is the hard one there, but because Carrington's been making a lot of noise, isn't it? I think he was even calling him out or whatever. So it'd be interesting to see those kind of fights. And I think then it's different styles which would build up his thing. And then if you want to fight in a way, then I think he's seen enough of different styles. But yeah, interesting. And Goodman was better than we expected. So yeah, he's given Aussie a bit of something to shout about, even though he lost. I think it was a really close fight. I think some of the scorecards were terrible.
Yeah.
two of them. 115, 113 to ball is probably about the fairest, is about a fair score, which means Goodman did really, really well. Cool. Right, next one.
Rayford against Nova.
Yeah. Super featherweight fight. This was a good, interesting fight as well. Nova give it a really good go. He's a dangerous fighter, isn't he?
I mean, Ray was meant to fight Anthony Kakachi.
Kakachi's got injured or something.
No, chickened out.
I was being kind.
No, he's chickened out.
A good fight. Ford did well. I think it was what he does. He seems to have got a little bit better. He's getting a bit better fight by fight as well, isn't it?
I'm a big fan of Rayford anyway, as you well know.
We had him by KO, but I think we underestimated Nova.
Yeah, and Nova's a good fighter, to be fair. But I just thought Ford...
Well, he had the Tom and Jerry shorts.
Yeah.
Orange Tom and Jerry shorts to show that he wasn't like... No, but he did a bit of what Shakur did. They put on a little bit of performance, went a bit more forward, made it interesting, put a bit more pop in his punches. But Abraham Nova's a really good fighter, really experienced. So, you know, he knows how to get there. But yeah, good performance from Raymond Ford. I think he won.
He can go on.
Really clearly.
He needs a big fight next, I think.
Yeah, well, he's going up. But I think he's recovered a bit from the ball fight and decisions and stuff have gone up, and he's gone up in weight, hasn't he? So I think he's acclimatized there, looks a bit more comfortable. Super featherweight, quite a tough division as well, isn't it? Got quite a lot of fighters in there, Kakachi being one of them.
I don't think Kakachi will ever fight for.
We got a Navarrete, Foster, Lamont Roach, although he's going to fight the other Conceição. There's a few.
I just think a big fight for Rayford now.
But I think he's ready to go into that.
Yeah, definitely.
So
he's got the skill set for it.
Yeah. I think it was just experience he needed. His skill set's there, isn't it? But he needed to mature his style a bit and add a bit more, which he's got the skill set. It was just,
Well, it's a new weight division as well for him, isn't it?
So acclimatized. And this is a tough fight if you're stepping up, isn't it? Because Abraham Nova's fought for the world titles and stuff there. So, fought the Shaki Foster and co and put up good performances. So it's a good result.
Yeah.
I think the others were a bit smaller fights in it. Satsumi and Ashfaq. Ashfaq put up a fight, but Satsumi was just too strong. It was a add to his record, and he just patiently took care of him. 3 rounds.
Yeah, good event.
Good fights
but
on it.
Stop making pay-per-views, please.
I'm not sure that should have been a pay-per-view.
No, it shouldn't have been a pay-per-view.
But yeah, I think they're trying to get rid of them by...
they need to.
But yeah, good event, good fights. Main event, like I said, not on the performance, but it was just too short. The opponent's performance. But I think all the others made up for it because you had a good set of rounds,
Yeah.
So, and good fights that were, they were always in it.
It could have been a pay-per-view if the headline was bigger.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that, no disrespect to Itauma, but he ain't a headline show yet.
No. There's enough hype, but I don't think he's there yet because you're getting the performances too easy. You need to have a bit more.
Yeah.
You need to fight somebody who's going to fight back. Live, as what would you say? As Simon Jordan would say, a live opponent.
Yeah.
Somebody who's going to give him a bit of adversity and then see how he deals with it and drag him into some deep waters. And then we see how good he really is. But yeah, in terms of what was in front of him, he did really well. So good event. So yeah, let us know in that. Like and subscribe, the usual goodness. It helps us make these videos and keep the channel running. And let us know in the comments what you think of each of the fighters, who you think they should fight next, what fights you would like to see. Yeah, and what you think of what we've said and what's coming up on the heavyweight game, the boxing game in general. And we shall see you in the next video. So there's some exciting fights coming up in September. So we will be making videos on those. Canelo and Crawford, Inoue's fighting against Akhmadaliev, and some other big cards coming up. So we will see you for those. Thank you very much for watching and listening.